Going to talk about the zones, and there are 3 zones in handwriting. You've got the middle zone, the upper zone and the lower zone. And as you can see from Lou's, it looks like his upper zone is fairly pronounced here. I would say the upper zone is the most pronounced, and let me show you that in a little bit more detail. So what happens is, of the 3 zones, you've got your middle here, you've got your upper, and you've got your lower. So if you were to write a word such as happy, that can show you all 3 of your zones. H, A, P, P, Y. So as you can see, the middle zone, that represents the middle of the letter, right? The upper zone, that represents these upper strokes. The lower zone, that represents the lower strokes. All right, so what do they all mean, the 3 zones? Well, the middle zone, we're talking about the day-to-day aspects of life. Everyday aspects of life. It's social interaction. Someone who had their middle zone very pronounced would be someone who just gets on great with people. They're very kind of focused on the day-to-day activities and social interaction. Now the people who have a pronounced upper zone, that the upper zone influences our mental thought and also our spirituality. So there are people who are interested in thoughts, in spirituality, in mental processes, the intellect, things like that. The lower zone, that is what we're talking about, material things. There are people who are interested in making money, eating, satisfying their material wants and needs and desires and things like that. Okay, so when you're looking at a person's handwriting, you're just having a look to see which of these zones is most pronounced, or you might find that somebody has a very even distribution of zones, or you might find that their upper or lower zone is very pronounced. For example, you can have someone whose upper zone is so pronounced that you've got maybe a very high loop there, and that would be someone who's very spiritual, kind of head in the clouds. Or similarly, if you have someone with a very pronounced lower loop, that's someone who's very interested in their physical drives. Okay, so for our next clip, we're going to talk about the form of the writing.